All right, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to a scene for Nightfall in Amsterdam, the werewolf venue, where we are setting scene on the Sept of the Riddling Waters, where Grace is, as she so often is doing, because she's got a lot of hours in her day, patrolling the southern border of the Sept. Sometimes in the Tellurian, sometimes in the Umbra, but spends a lot of the day pacing that borderline, keeping an eye. After all, they just waltzed into another sept not that long ago. How hard would it be for someone else to do the same? Yeah, it's hidden in antics, but spirits are bullshit, their urges are weird, and for all she knows, they'll find a way. Thus why she and her pack have been doing patrols on the regular. So in this case, we will set scene with her sauntering through the Umbra, using her shillelagh as a walking stick or a hiking stick of sorts. Just kind of has a hand idly on it, walking along, doing her due, um, and just keeping an eye and an ear and a nose. Truth be told, she should probably consider doing these in Lupus more often. But for the moment, fuck it. She's having a walkie. And as she goes, would you like to describe what she's walking up on?
Comes up on Lucas in his Hamid form, sitting around the umbral reflection of a fire pit with the fire spirits dancing around, and he's trying to work through a song that he heard on the radio that he thought would be interesting. So he's trying to metal up a version of the Fields of Athenry, using the Dropkick Murphys version as the template. He's playing on his axe guitar fetish, and he's got a newly acquired rabbit's foot hanging from the guitar neck.
He does. So let me first, because she'll be walking along and probably hear the music and kind of cork a glance over or even deviate slightly off path just to see what's going on. Because Ragabash and Nosy, albeit seeing the familiar horned figure will not entice her any closer. So let's do an alertness check to see if she spots the rabbit's foot offhand. Because, I mean, it's a small detail, and she admittedly, like, once she identifies who it is, probably isn't looking very closely. So let me roll her amazing perception alertness, which is not at all amazing. Holy shit. The best alertness check she's ever going to get in her life. So with 2 10s and a 9 on 4 dice. What are the chances of that? Yeah, she flicks a glance over and probably wouldn't look twice, but maybe it's the fact that it's kind of dangling from the neck of the guitar axe. The little bit of motion catches her eye. And whereas she kind of deviated around and paused briefly and, is poised to continue, she suddenly stops dead and stiffens. Noticeably. Just kind of staring. The gaze flits from the rabbit's foot to the menace himself, and then back to the rabbit's foot.
Lucas probably doesn't even notice that she's there yet. But with that kind of roll, she might notice that he's bumbling through an Irish song.
And thank goodness he has the music going, because otherwise you might hear her teeth grinding. She looks, realizes he hasn't spotted her yet, and for the moment, just deviates away again to see if she can get out of, or at least out of, or kind of around traditional line of sight before she does something silly. You're welcome to roll an alertness, and I will. She is going to kind of just, I'm just going to go a little light-footed and sneak peek this.
What do I have for alertness? All right.
Dex, stealth, is not the best. Not the worst, but not the best.
2.
Let's see what I get. See if she gets away with it before he notices her. Don't use the Discord commands. Ugh.
Seems unlikely.
Not a botch, but a fail. So yeah, she starts to go and probably like it's a fail. So like just happens to step on like there's umbral reflections of everything that's in the normal world. So it's like that pretty classic like twig snap. Followed almost immediately by the very, very like repressed, quiet little fuck.
So Lucas notices, but he's got, amazing stage presence. And he's going to kind of shift just a little bit so that you're in the peripheral vision. But he's not really going to indicate that he knows that you're there, just kind of that he's shifting position while he's playing.
She frowns, glances over to see if he noticed. You want to subterfuge that?
Sure.
I don't think I have much of an empathy score, but I'll see if she even has a chance of catching on. Or manip subterfuge for you.
Oh shit! He doesn't have any subterfuge. Can I?
If you don't have subterfuge, you still get to roll it normally. Subterfuge isn't like I don't think it's a trained skill. Yeah, it's a talent, so you still get your normal dice. There's no added penalty or anything.
Manipulation, right?
Yep.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You've got manip 5?
Yeah.
Fucking Jesus. Oh, helps if I put the rest of the command in there. Duh. Oh shit. She does catch on. Just barely. So she like glances over to see and sees him like just that casual shift, which he plays off pretty well. That's still 2 successes. But she catches on. She's like, I see what you're doing. So, I mean, and the glance is kind of like the one in the picture, that little glance over her shoulder, and the lips kind of firm into a little line.
But I know you know.
Mm-hmm. And she in the most...
And just keeps playing.
In the most petulant expression ever, like, pulls herself up, like, chin high, nose high, and starts just marching off in the other direction. Like, that's right. I don't care. Ugh.
You don't have to leave.
Well, she pauses a couple steps off. Again, the glance back. And let's see how well
he plays this, since he's just kind of pushing through it. What do I normally roll for performance? I think I go with manipulation, which is why I have it at 5. All right, and
actually, let me double check this flaw.
So I think 3 successes is
it's pretty good.
Fairly recognizable if she's ever heard it before.
Oh, I am sure she has. Let me quickly check and see if this takes away 2 dice or just gives me +2 diff. Because I do not remember everything perfectly. +2 diff.
One of these days I'll get around to choosing specialties.
You should.
Would it have mattered on that? No.
And yeah, she does the glance over the shoulder. And yeah, he says it, and she finally like does that quick little about face, the spin on your heel thing, and starts marching back over. And I mean, she doesn't pause at the polite distance either. She walks right up to him. And just, I mean, it's a stiff expression. She recognizes the song. She's just, but ew. So she marches like right up to him where he's plopped down and, just relaxed and playing his music. and sticks her hand out. Give it back.
Why?
Respect the territory of another. Does a little finger wiggle. Like the come on.
Well, by those rules, it belongs to Colin.
Didn't give it to him, did I?
You did.
Let him borrow it. For luck.
Why?
There's like a pause. They'll like lean in as if like, hold on, let me say it slow for you kind of thing. Like it's blatantly rude. For luck?
Why not give it to your alpha? For luck.
Pretty clearly because I wanted to win mine. Now come on, give it back.
I told you what you needed to do.
What?
I told you what you needed to do.
Just kind of looks perplexed at him.
Where's your phone?
I blocked your fucking number. I'll give it back.
What do you got in trade?
An incident with the Philodox. Now come on.
Oh, come now. I don't even care about this thing.
Then give it back.
Oh, I will.
Now, Metis. Like the hand like splays out even more insistently.
Seems kind of insulting to the spirit inside this thing to just leave it laying about, though.
She like looks at him like he's lost his mind. And I mean, again, it's the very kind of like, where's my Karen haircut? Like little excuse me look.
So, before the number was blocked, I told you what we needed to do, but since you didn't catch it, basically what I need you to do is, in front of both of the packs, do your best performance of Bon Jovi's "You Give Love a Bad Name," or tell me the story of why you did it, and I'll decide if I like the story.
I have a counter offer for you.
And
I will spend a rage if she whips up the shillelagh and just ambush style, essentially. Like, I'm not gonna get any extra dice or anything. She's not stealthing. And I'm so sorry. As yeah, she just straight spends the rage to do it before he can react, essentially. It's gonna fucking just whips up the shillelagh, snags the end of both hands, and swangs. Six. Oh my god, don't use Discord commands. Jesus. Alright, that is proper math? Thankfully, her strength is poop. So 2 plus 3 plus 3. So you need to roll it a soak for bashing. As yeah, she basically just whips the thing up and like home run tries to slam it across. I mean, I'm not gonna say aims for the head because I didn't take the penalty for it, but just fucking just broad swings for him.
Soak is what, just stamina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, his stamina sucks.
It is okay. Keep in mind that since you are a Metis, every round of combat or 3 seconds of conversation, you'll wick off a point of bashing.
All right.
Yeah, bashing is kind of candy for metas.
So, I don't know where you got hit. But
I mean, it's just a broad shot at him. So, I mean, like I said, I didn't say aiming for the head. So, unless you want to lighten a head thing, saying like the horns kind of help him with it, or assume she just came down on the shoulder or something, because it was furious. She just whipped the thing up and swung like down and
yeah,
across.
let's say
So
you're
probably
going for
like
the head, but
shoulder.
he had enough wherewithal to get his head out of the way and took it kind of in the shoulder neck area. Like, ow! Why would you do that?
Because apparently no one taught you fucking manners. Now give it back. I'm not
Manner.
playing deal games with a fucking metis. It's mine, not yours. Now give it back, or I'll make you give it back.
Possession's 9/10 of the law, Red.
Oh my god, why are you like this? Do you want to roll initiative, or do you just want me to swing when she would swing?
No, you can just go ahead and swing. He's not going to fight that, but he is going to piss you off.
Oh god. Are you still sitting?
No.
Okay. I'm assuming it's like the get up kind of rub on his shoulder, like, ow, dick.
What kind of roll would he have to make to catch it when she swings it?
In theory, you could make a. You could make a. I don't know. Like, you could parry it with the guitar if it's heavy enough to do it, but if it's around your body, I don't think you have it in position. And you can't really block it. You could dodge, or. Because, I mean, getting hit by the weapon either way. Catching
You know
it?
what I'm talking about, right? Like if she's swinging it like a baseball bat, like I could probably just grab it
I would
or try to
say
anyway.
I'll roll the attack, and you could roll something like. I'd let you roll like a strength roll to catch it, but say you'd probably still take the damage because the force is still hitting you. It's just catching your, it's just hitting your arm.
That's fine. He can take the damage.
Mm-hmm. Just don't forget the wound. Well, actually, I guess they did talk for a second, so probably wicked off at least one of it.
So just straight strength?
Probably makes more sense, really, since it's not really a thing. You're not supposed to be able to block weapons with your hands. All right, yeah, just roll a straight strength, and I will roll my attack. And if you get more successes than I do, you manage to actually catch and hold it. Otherwise, like, you make a good grab, but it slides out or passes through just from sheer force.
Yeah, so what we're going to do then, going to spend a rage. He's going to try to catch it. And if he does catch it, he's going to, like, kick you off the other end of it.
If we're spending rage, we probably do need to roll initiative, just to keep it easier to keep things in order.
I really didn't want this to end in fucking combat.
I mean, it's literally just to keep it in order so it makes sense. It's not like we can't immediately break combat anytime we stop to talk. It just means that when we do it, we have like an order of operations. Though, actually, no, just spend rage. Fuck it, we got this. All right.
I mean, you started. You go first.
So
we can just keep it.
Let me roll the attack, and you roll your strength, and we'll see how that goes out.
Huh. I wasn't expecting a tie.
In theory, ties go to the defender.
Nice.
So, yeah, she swings. Let me go ahead and roll the damage just because it'll still be a lot of force behind it, but you can snag the end. 2 plus 5 is 5. Took me 2 more. Take another one. Oh, he just bumps you back up to 2.
That's net 2.
And then you want to use the rage action to try to boot her off the other end?
Yeah, and if possible, maintain control over the shillelagh.
I'd say make a kick attack. So it's dex brawl, diff 7, and if you're at 2 damage, it's -1 die.
What's my brawl? And he's going to spend will on this. Because it's too cool not to. So with the will, that makes it 4 successes?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's higher than her strength score. It's more successes than she has strength. So I'll say you spill her off. I am going to open a notepad thing so I don't forget my life.
So as soon as she's off the other end of it, he flings it as far as he can. In a direction that's not her direction.
So he basically is kicking her off it and then trying to, like, lean back and away?
Yeah, kicking her off and then, like, pitching it somewhere else so that it's out of
Oh, he's throwing it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, he doesn't want to take her shillelagh. He doesn't want to get hit with it anymore.
All right. I mean, and here's the thing. Like, you do kick her off of it. Absolutely. But, quickly send this.
Actually, scratch that. He'll hang on to it. I don't want to throw it.
Okay. No, that works out. Yeah, basically you kick her off and, like, it's not like she has some super fucking crazy effect, but, like, you see the eyes flare, like, she's essentially taking a point of rage. She's fucking furious. And she kind of staggers back, almost pitches over, because 4 successes is a pretty good number of successes to kick someone off of their own weapon. So yeah, she stumbles back a couple steps and kind of teeters for a second, and then and yeah, guys, give it a second just to rep running the distance. And yeah, you see her flare up.
Calm down.
Unless you want fucking scandal called, give me back my shillelagh and give me the fucking rabbit's foot. It's not yours.
I told you I'd give it to you.
Disrespectful metis. Give me my shit.
Stop losing your shit.
Where to leave it doesn't matter. It's still mine. Now give it back. She, like, starts... I mean, you can see she is fucking furious. She starts kind of pacing around, like, kind of that circling motion, vulture style. And I mean, you can see the tension in her hands and her shoulders.
He lays the shillelagh down and backs up a few steps.
The foot, too.
Ask nice.
Now.
No, you ask nice. You left it.
Go fuck yourself.
I don't think
fucking
I'm gonna.
Uppity ass. Like, she just lunges for the shillelagh. Actually, you know what? No, she just... Actually, yeah, you said he backs off of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just lunges to snatch it up.
He doesn't try to stop you.
And yeah, I mean, if people want to start footing it over, she's essentially lunging, snatching it, and this time, prior when she swung it, it was two-handed. This time, one-handed. She's just reaching down, snatching it, and trying to, like, come up with it. It will not be,
She feels the hand on her shoulder. Just... Oh, boy.
I'm assuming it comes down on her shoulder like a fucking brick.
Yep. Mm-hmm. For Lucas, you see Eric like just appear, like he's up the hill and then down the hill. That's 3 rage blown, like easily.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. He slams the hand down on her shoulder, and I mean, let's face it, I know for a fact that Eric is a lot stronger than she is. So she snatches it with the thought in her head that she's just gonna swing up and she's gonna wipe the fucking smile off it, and dunk. So she gets a hold of it and gets kind of halted before she can get that momentum continued properly up.
And Runa's not far behind him. She's not quite as fast as he is, but she's not far behind him.
What is going on?
And I mean, at least for Grace's part, she just points emphatically to where he's got her rabbit's foot like tied to the neck of his guitar axe. You won't give it back.
I just told you to ask nicely.
I don't have to ask nicely. It's mine.
Quiet.
I found it.
He'll just snarl, quiet. Just glares at Grace for like a split second.
I mean, you can see her like just swallowing it, but she mad.
Turn. Glares at Lucas. Why did you take her rabbit's foot?
I found this rabbit's foot. She left it. I told her I'd give it back. All she had to do was ask nice.
Where exactly did you find it?
At Collins after the party. It fell out of Colin's shirt pocket.
I see. And she has to ask nicely.
That doesn't seem like a difficult request.
And what is your definition of nice, Metis?
How would anyone ask for anything nice? May I please have my whatever back?
There's a head tilt. I see.
Little respect around here would be nice.
You have taken my packmate's thing and refusing to give it back. You will get respect when you give it. You have waited to give it back to her, and you didn't, unless you're in a position of power. You are not treating her like an equal. You are treating her as you expect her to treat you. Now give it back and settle this like a rue, or I will give you my warning. And it will be not as pleasant as hers. That's my respectful tone.
Takes it out the end of the guitar.
For what it is worth, Grace is, I mean, barely composed. You can tell it's just the hand on her shoulder keeping her in check. She's white-knuckling the shillelagh.
Pulls it out on the palm of his hand.
If he's holding it out in reach, there's like that half second of hesitation, like, oh, I might. It is that little kid snatch, you know? It's essentially that trying to do it quickly and without touching him at all, just flicking, like, snagging it real quick, pulling it back in.
You might consider not leaving your prized possessions laying around.
Sorry, you said Uriah's possessions?
Prize?
Oh, prized possessions. Okay, sorry, I didn't hear you.
There's an audible sound from Runa as her face smacks into her palm. Just that loud smack. Oh.
You have made your point. Now, leave. Your warning has been given.
I've got as much right to the space as you.
From my packmate, leave. I will not ask again.
Vibrates in Fiona.
Oh, Eric keeps his hand on Grace as if you say the fuck back there, essentially. And he just stands very tall, very big.
I imagine it's one of those grips where it's like, it doesn't look that big a deal, but she can feel the fingers like digging into her shoulder. It just vibrates.
So far, you two are too contagious, and you will provoke each other. I wish to have a word with my packmate, without you hearing. Now, respectfully walk away, or I will make you walk away. I have given you a choice.
Lucas steps sideways.
Oop, that'll do it.
And Eric will crack his neck once the Metis does step sideways, and he'll turn on Grace very coldly. And what was that?
I told him to give it back.
Do not yell at me.
She visibly is trying to swallow it. She's actually running a little higher than usual on rage.
Lower your tone. You say quite firmly, like even like, you know, that fucking animal display where he like even shoulder bumps her.
Yeah, she takes it. She's still fuming. You can feel it as much as you can see it. I told him to give it back.
You allowed him to compromise you and put you in a position where you had to come crawling to him by leaving it behind.
She pulls herself up. I wasn't crawling.
Fuck it. It's Eric.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. Fuck it. She pulls herself up? Okay.
Yep, she doesn't make. She is not crazy enough to make eye contact, but she pulls herself up like, "Excuse me."
Noble heritage is reduction plus my pure breed. There you go, Katie.
What is this that you're throwing at me?
So you pop up and he snarls and gets right in your face. Is that a challenge? That is charisma intimidation.
And Runa is now taking several steps back.
That's
Runa's the smartest person here.
For perspective, that's 8 successes.
Yeah, that's 8 successes, and you said it's intimidation.
Mm-hmm. Because he interprets that as a challenge.
Yeah, no, she actually, like, no shit, backpedals a couple steps. And, I mean, she's been taught to do it, so she kind of flicks the chin up and aside. It's more a side of the neck than, like, throat, but it's the same gesture, essentially. But yeah, she backs up, because that is more successes than she even has willpower to roll. Jesus Christ. No, it's not.
Then do not step up to me again when I am talking to you as your alpha. Are we clear?
Yes.
Yes, what?
And I mean, dude, she has to take a second. Like, the lips roll in. Yes, Raya.
Good. The next time, be careful of your things. Be careful of the things that you hold on to, and do not allow yourself to be compromised emotionally, that you would strike out in anger. That Metis will now laugh at you the next time he sees you, for I had to step in for you. Think on that. Next time, be more aware.
Does he just coldly walk off? Pushing past Runa, like I imagine Runa just goes, no. Do you know what I mean? She steps out of the way.
Yeah, just a you're okay. That's the pathway you're taking. All right.
And just, walks very coldly, still up with the straight posture, and walks back towards his fucking cabin.
Grace is now white knuckling a shillelagh and her rabbit's foot, and just fuming.
Well, that could have gone better.
You don't say. She like looks over like, really?
Are you okay now?
No. Still want to knock a fucking smile off his fucking face. Fucking filthy ass Metis touching my. And finally, like, kind of turns the rabbit's foot around, looks at it a couple times, kind of brushes it off like there's dirt on it, even though it's fine. Fucking.
Runa will shake her head. Why didn't you come out with me?
Out. Looks over like, what?
Into the woods.
You know, I think a run's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's go on a fucking run. Away from here.
Out in the woods, away from here.
I feel like he's still, I bet you he's still on the other side chuckling his fucking ass off.
Well, if he is, then fuck him. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
See, not literally, and the fucking look. Like, really? Gotta work on your fucking phrasing? Jesus, Runa.
Sorry.
It's not a necessary clarification. You'd think I'd touch it voluntarily.
No, actually, I really don't.
Why would you? Flailing her hands around, like, still has the shillelagh clenched in one, is not factoring that in. It looks ridiculous. But, like, the hands and the arms. Why would you think you need to say something like that?
Because you're angry.
I am angry. I want to knock his fucking jaw off his skull.
Yeah, well, this is part of getting that out of your system.
Ooh. Gonna get him. You just wait. Like, points with the shillelagh. Waggle, waggle. Gonna fucking get him. I haven't figured out how yet, but I'm gonna fucking get him.
Well, you're Ragabash.
It points, like, does the little jabby point with the shillelagh. Exactly? Where the fuck does that thing sleep? Kind of glances around. Oh, I'm gonna find it. I wanna get him. Oh, I'm gonna get him. It finally starts, like, stiff walking, like, yes. I have a course of action. I'm gonna get him. And, finally starts stiff walking, and if I assume Maruna's gonna start walking with her.
Oh yeah.
Then yeah, it's one of those things where she starts walking and it's that I am driven by fucking fury, and finally, it's the stiff walk, and she finally tucks the rabbit's foot into a pocket, kind of looks at it for a second. It's one of those things where she looks at it, thumbs it a couple times, and then stuffs it into her pocket, and then, shifts the shillelagh around so it's kind of tucked more conveniently, and starts picking up to a jog, and eventually we'll be picking up to much faster because she has rage to burn. Oh, and the whole time it's like, oh, Runa, I'm gonna fucking get him. Maybe I'll put an arrow horn in his room.
An air horn.
Air horn? Or maybe I'll. Oh, I'm gonna fucking. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it.
Air horn seems like you'd also get anyone in the vicinity as collateral damage.
Well, maybe they deserve some collateral damage for not minding their fucking menace.
I can see that.
It's like it's the angry husky grumbles. It's like that the whole way.
Or, now hear me out.
Oh, hear me out now.
You could just douse him with a big bucket of glitter.
Oh my god.
Especially if we can find that kind that you throw on your skin that rubs off on everything but doesn't ever come off of you.
There's gotta be more than glitter. Oh, I'm gonna get him. Wish I could tar and feather him, but they really don't just, they have tar laying around that you can buy by the gallon,
That would be hurtful and
It's supposed to be flailing.
unnecessarily so.
It's just a menace.
Yeah. I would err on the side of caution and use something like glue.
No, just use something like glue, Grace. Fuck your tar. Even though it's a classic, it's a literal classic. They did that shit centuries ago. Fucking running.
Yeah, they did it centuries ago to hurt people as well as humiliate them.
Well, maybe I want to hurt him. You ever think of that? Pointy finger.
Gracie hasn't done as much as he's a Metis, and as much as you're a Fianna.
Frowny face.
Really done anything to escalate to hurtful pranks.
Fine, I'll use glue. Ugh.
She gets a pat on the head from Runa.
What the fuck are you? The slappy slap at the hand. You don't get to do head pats. You're just a cub. You get the head pats.
Yeah, but I'm a Philodox.
Ed, you just hear the link. Ed, you are behaving like a cub, and she isn't.
Ooh. That spike of temper, like, fuck.
There is the. I am not gonna roll to hide it because there's no way Runa would hide it. There's just this smirk on her face, like, ooh, yes, I am. I am not acting. Yeah, I am not acting like a cub right now.
I am not the baby right now.
I am successful.
She gets that.
I am adulting.
When you're like doing a good quick like jog or run, and you get the shove, and it won't knock you over, but it'll knock you completely the fuck off course.
Mm-hmm.
You get one of those. They're going along, and you're like, "Hey," and she just thunk. Like, meh. Only reinforcing Eric's point. Shut up.
Runa takes it in stride, gets back on course next to Grace.
It's one of those like you just wave her out, wave her back in.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, it's gonna be that. And she'll take a risk and kind of playfully bump Grace's shoulder before sprinting on ahead.
Ooh, and fucking blows rage, which probably needs to happen. Yeah, she blows rage to catch up and like, oh, I'm gonna fucking like comes up, blows past, does another like good shoulder shove. Again, not enough to actually do you any harm, just enough to like throw you completely the fuck off course again.
Oh, she plays
Zips
this
way
game
ahead.
well. Yeah.
For what it's worth, what is it? She can blow as much rage as your average Philodox, so she's pretty quick for a raggy.
Yeah. And yeah, fuck it. Runa will blow rage to catch up to her.
Finally shoots a little look over, like, that's right, I'm the winner. Meh.
Didn't know this was a race, Grace.
It is now! It fucking takes off. This is like that 5-year-old version of a race where it's like the end line is where I say it is when I figure it out, but now we're running.
Runa's just following after. She has a strong suspicion the finish line is going to be the top of a tree.
Look, feeling very called out right now. But yeah, unless people want to do any more, we'll just call it with Grace and Runa fucking running pell-mell up a fucking hill. Burning off rage. Burning off rage. Alright, then I will call it there. So thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. And we will see you next time in the ultimate showdown, Metis versus Fianna. Round 2. Fight!